Yeah. Yo, what? Yo, dude, what do you want? Yo, dude, I'm trying to start my song here. Yo, spit it out. Yo, I got freckles everywhere, even in my underwear. Down there, don't stare. I use Nair, so there's no hair. Bare like a pear, not hairy like a kiwi. Kiwis are hairy, and that gets kinda scary.
Come on, baby girl, I wanna see what you got. You like my freckles? Let's play connect the dots. Let's do it on the beach and blend into the sand. You know you want ginger over Mary
I got them freckles, girl, all over my body.
And we're back. What's up, guys? How are you? It's Darren Carter, the party starter. Thank you guys for listening to Pocket Party. Yes, we're doing a solo podcast today. And if you know anything about podcasting, you know that it could screw up. So it may screw up. And if it screws up, too bad. I won't post it. But if you're hearing this, then hopefully it went well. It's interesting because with podcasting, you know, a lot of technical stuff happens. You know, there's some of my previous episodes, I was trying to get the sound right. And when you do a phone call, I think what happens within the Anchor app is if one person's talking, then the other person can't talk. So they make it to where you can't talk over each other. So what happens is, you know, one person ends up being really loud and the other person ends up being kind of quiet. And anyhow, today I'm using my recorder as opposed to the normal, you know, app or whatever. But listen, the idea is you want to get, you know, you want to provide people with podcasts. So it's like, maybe the quality won't be as good, but at least the content is there, you know, hopefully, you know, with good conversation. But that's another thing. That's one of the things I want to talk about today is the subject of fear. What's holding us back? What holds a person back? I talked to a guy last night, and he told me he's recorded several podcasts and hasn't released them. He's like, they're not good enough. I don't think I'm good enough. And it's that self-doubt that holds us back. I'm drinking water. You know, I want to say thank you to for the people that are listening. This is great because we're on the ground floor. You guys are listening to the very beginning of Pocket Party. Some of you know I had another podcast and I did 213 episodes. Had a partner. He quit. Was like, this isn't for me. And I get it. You know, sometimes in life you're like, you know, you're like Popeye. It's all I can stand. I can't stand no more. I love podcasting, and I love the people that support and listen. Quickly, a couple of shout-outs to Zimmer Andronigian, Luis Ramirez, Keith Brower, and on iTunes, I already got my first review, and I didn't even ask for it. It was awesome, and it was by a person called Please Read, PLZ Read. On YouTube, I got a few comments already from Rami Valencia, Reggie Cepeda, and Lee Meyerhofer. I thought that was really cool. A quote that there's a couple quotes that I want to teach you guys, not teach you, but share with you some information, things that I learned throughout the week. And one of these quotes, I love it. It's called, "Purpose is an incredible alarm clock." Let me say it one more time. Purpose is an incredible alarm clock. And what that means is, you know, when I was in my early 20s, we'd stay out late, sleep late, didn't have to do comedy until 8 o'clock at night. And the idea was that, man, I can really chill. I can, you know, soak up life and have something to talk about. Then you get married, you have a kid, and you realize, oh, they're going to wake up now. They're going to get up early and do stuff. And then something dawns on you as a performer, as an artist. You realize, like, wow, I don't have to wait till 8 o'clock at night. I can wake up anytime I want. Get up early. Put a podcast out. Put a blog out. Do a funny video, do something on YouTube, edit a video, learn how to do this stuff. I stopped, you know, I see so many of my peers and myself included and just regular people. We were in line at Starbucks and we're just scrolling through Facebook feeds or whatever. And I'm like, you know, that's like the hamster on the wheel. How is that giving me purpose? That's not going to wake me up. Oh, I wonder what the latest gossip is. No. So I've been spending time on YouTube looking at tutorials, looking up how to do stuff, man, because, you know, there's nothing, especially in today's, you know, society with technology and how things change quickly. And you're like, I got tired of like waiting for someone. Hey, can you edit this video for me? Or how do I add text to a video? I realized there's a lot of apps that can help you with that. If you guys ever need to know something and that I've done, and you say, hey, Darren, how did you do that? I love sharing information. I'll tell you right now how I do it. One of my favorite apps is InShot, InShot. It's called InShot. And that's the app that makes the black bars and the text, that you see on my Instagram videos at official Darren Carter. I use InShot. I use YouTube Studio. It's called Y2 Studio. And that helps me with a lot of my YouTube stuff. I use Textgram. It's another app that I love. Textgram that puts the text on the pictures. And Meme Maker. If you've ever seen those, I Like My Women, the ones where I go, I like my women, where I use the shot where I have my hand out and I'm wearing the vest, What's a good I Like My Women? I haven't done one in a while. I like my women. Like sometimes I'll do the holidays. Like I like my women like I like my Easter eggs, colored and hiding in the grass. Little scratch noise for you, but. So yeah, purpose is an incredible alarm clock. And it will wake you up, especially when you have that purpose. Now, another one that I love this one. In fact, I printed this one out, posted it on my bathroom wall so I could see it every day when I got to face facts and look at it. And it's like, and it's really got me motivated to exercise and really be the best that I can be. And it's by, believe it or not, Socrates. No citizen has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the grace and beauty for which his body is capable. You hear that? Imagine like you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, you're 80, you're not, you know what I mean? And you've never seen yourself with like a six pack, or you've never seen like those lines on your shoulders. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to see that. I want to see, like, every now and then I'm like, my son, he's funny. He's like, Dad, you've got a 0-pack, because I don't have shit yet. But he'll be like, Dad, you're starting to get two are starting to come out. I'm getting a 2-pack. But, that's the problem. Everything tastes so good, but that's the thing. I got to get a little bit more disciplined with that because, there's something about when everyone's asleep and I come home and I'm like, oh, let me watch them YouTube tutorials, and I bought some pistachios, the kind that are in the shell, which actually is good because it takes you, some time to eat them. You're not just scooping them in your mouth, scooping. But I got this weekend. I don't know when you'll hear this, but it may be over by then. But I'll be in Detroit at the Comedy Castle. Got the Detroit Comedy Castle coming up May 17th, 19th. Flappers Monday night, Flappers in Burbank, May 21st, and June 1st through the 2nd, I'll be in Salt Lake City, Wise Guys. Salt Lake City, Wise Guys. All right. Sometimes you'll hear an expression, and you're like, where the heck did that come from? Well, I looked it up, and I'm gonna share some of these expressions that I found on the internet. You ever heard the expression, sometimes you got to bite the bullet? Get out there, man. You got to bite the bullet. Well, it says that in the olden days when doctors were short on anesthesia or time during a battle, they would ask the patient to bite down on a bullet to distract from the pain. Wouldn't you have to go see the dentist after that? You know what I mean? Like, who's biting on bullets? Like have like an emergency sponge or a rag or something, like. I don't know if I'd be biting bullets. And what if the bullet went off? Oh, my God. Can you imagine? That's where bite the bullet comes from. How about this one? Break the ice. So what happens is when road transportation, okay, so before they had freeways and highways, they would transport things with ships. And at the time, ships would get stuck during the winter because of ice formation. So what would happen is the receiving country would send small ships to, quote, break the ice, to clear the way for the trade ships. Isn't that kind of cool? It's like, we'll go out there, Captain, and we'll break the ice and get out there. And that way, when the ship comes in, he's got a clear pathway. You ever heard the expression, butter someone up? Hey, you're just buttering them up. Well, we can thank our good friends in India. This is a customary religious act in ancient India. The devout would throw butter balls at the statues of their gods to seek favor and forgiveness. Yeah, because everyone loves butter. What if you were like a non-believer? The statue's like, hey, is that butter or is that parquet? What was that? What's with all the cholesterol, buddy? Do you guys ever go through periods where you're like, you don't eat butter? You go through a diner and you're like, yeah, no butter on my toast. And other times you're like, screw it, give me that butter. There's nothing better than like a nice hot, nice hot buns, right? And they put like the cool like cloth napkins, and they got like the butter, and it melts, and you like just wipe it on there. You're like, so good, man, butter, love it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to be like Socrates and see the strength and beauty for which our body is capable. No butter balls. Hey, does the cat got your tongue? The English Navy used to use a whip called cat-o'-nine-tails for flogging. Can you imagine that? The pain was so severe, it caused the victim to stay quiet for a long time. Hell yeah, it did. Another possible source could be from ancient Egypt, where liars and blasphemers' tongues were cut out and fed to the cats. That is so gross. Cat got your tongue? Ooh, gross. Barking up the wrong tree refers to hunting dogs that may have chased the prey up a wrong tree. All right. Turn a blind eye. The British Navy hero Admiral Horatio Nelson had one blind eye. When the British forces signaled for him to stop attacking a fleet of Danish ships, he held up a telescope to his blind eye and said, "I do not see the signal." He attacked, nevertheless, and was victorious. Bury the hatchet. This one dates back to the early times in North America when the Puritans were in conflict with the Native Americans. When negotiating peace, the Native Americans would bury all their hatchets, knives, clubs, and tomahawks. Weapons literally were buried and made inaccessible. Wow. Remember when we were kids and you'd see it like, I don't know if you, depending on your age, there used to be a thing about litter, and they would have, they would show this guy, they'd show with this Indian headdress, and he would be in a canoe going through Manhattan. It looked like a river, and it would just be polluted with just trash. And he'd be on the side of the highway, and somebody just throws a fast food bag at him. And a lonely tear comes down. It's like, keep America beautiful. I remember that. I looked into that. That guy was an Italian actor, by the way. An Italiano. You ever been caught red-handed? Do you know what that means? All right. That's back when they would, in the Old English law, ordered any person to be punished for butchering an animal that wasn't his own, okay? The only way the person would be convicted is if he was caught with the animal's blood still on his hands. By the way, I've been vegan now for 10 minutes. I love it when people, they become vegan and they just love to share that with you. I'm vegan. I've been vegan for a month now. That's why I like to be like, yeah, I've been vegan for, about 30 minutes now. Oh, this one's gross. This is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So back in the 1500s, people only bathed once a year, okay? And they all used the same water without changing it. And it would start with the adult males would bathe first, then the females, and then the children, and then down to the babies. The babies would go last. So the poor mothers had to take extra care that their babies were not thrown out with the bath water. Can you imagine? Give a cold shoulder. In medieval England, it was customary to give a guest a cold piece of meat from the shoulder of mutton, pork, beef, chop, when the host felt it was time for the guest to leave. This was a polite way to communicate, "You may leave now." Do we do that now? I think what we do now is nonverbal communication, maybe be like dessert. Like, okay, here's some dessert. And then maybe they'll pack up some pie for you. Like, okay, here's some food to go. Get it to go. You ever have someone you ever say goodbye to somebody and you walk them out to their car, and then you guys continue to talk for another 2 hours? You're like, all right, I'll see you later. And you guys are just, all right, we'll see ya. Okay, take it easy. Okay, and then they just keep going and going and going. I think I'm the one that's guilty of that. I think I catch myself where I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I mean, they gotta go. But I never see them, so I want to talk to them. I've mentioned this before in other podcasts. I feel like people aren't communicating like they used to. Like before, you know what I mean? Like communicating, not just like through text messages or through writing. I'm talking like picking up the phone and actually talking to someone. If you're ever depressed or feeling sad, call an old friend, call a relative, talk to them, and I guarantee when you hang up, you're going to feel better. You know, there's something about that connection you have with somebody when you're talking to them. You know, that's kind of why I brought the podcast back. It's like, I love that, you know, anytime you want to be entertained by a voice and you want to hear someone talk, I'm here for you, man. And we can it's not a phone call. I mean, I think there's a way I can set up a phone call eventually. I don't know how to do it. And I will look at those late night tutorials, but we'll figure that out. Go the whole 9 yards. During World War II, the fighter pilots were equipped with 9 yards of ammunition. When they ran out, it meant they had tried their best at fighting off the target with the entirety of their ammunition. Wow. They go for it. 9 yards of it. And then at the end, I'm all out. I don't even have a bullet to bite. Oh, this one's a low blow because I'm bald now. Let one's hair down. I think I let my hair way down. My wife makes a joke. She says that she actually, because, you know, she goes, I never really liked your bright red hair. She's like, I think you look better bald now, which is nice. She told our son, she goes, yeah, I used to take Daddy's Rogaine and just empty it out and fill it with water. So I'm like a dodo bird over there. Yeah, I'm going to grow some hair now. I'm watering my seed up there on my head, growing my crops. Yeah, there's nothing up there. It's all good. I didn't even know when I just started shaving it maybe a year ago. It was time. Dude, if you're balding, just shave it. Just go for it. It's weird because, you know, somebody told me once, they were like, your face is a picture. Your hair is the frame. But I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm out of frame. My hair is like, yeah. So, to let one's hair down. Okay, here we go. In public, the aristocratic women of medieval times were obliged to appear in elegant hairdos that were usually pulled up. The only time they would let their hair down was when they came home and relaxed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, do we do that now? I don't know. How about this? Rub the wrong way. During colonial times, what is this? Yeah. Something about they would have servants rub the oak floorboards the right way. Or it could have derived from rubbing a cat's fur the wrong way, which annoys them. That is true. That is really interesting. And that was the last one. So I'm going to look up more stuff next time. And, stuff like, what does that mean when they say, like, get your ducks in a row? Or you're cutting corners. I think I first came up with this idea when I read this brochure. It was I think they passed it out to all the elementary school students or something. When kids first go to school, they have something like, it's lice season or whatever. And I was like, what? And I didn't realize like nitwits or nitpicking came from lice, because it was like those little baby lice. They're called nits, the little eggs. So you're nitpicking, and you're going over it with a fine-tooth comb. Like, oh, that makes sense. It's a fine-tooth comb. I get it. Yeah. Anyways, this is my first solo podcast. It's a start. Like I said, people have their fears. My fear would be like, what if it's boring? Well, what if it is? Who cares, right? We did it, man. We did it. Did some shout-outs. Did I tell you about my favorite Thai restaurant? If you're ever in Burbank on Hollywood Way, it's called the Thai Room. Tell them you want the Darren Carter Friend Special, and they will definitely hook you guys up, man. My buddy and I, we shot a commercial for him. That's another thing that we're doing as a side project. We're shooting social media commercials. It's Tarun Shetty, if you know Tarun Shetty. We did a pilot. I'm in 2 pilots that may get picked up, so we'll see. One of them is called Millennial Rules. It's like the Wonder Years starring a little girl, and the other pilot is called No Money Down. And in Millennial Rules, I play like the stepdad. It's like a very sweet kind of sitcom. And in No Money Down, I play. Oh, it's awesome. I play the manager of the car dealership, and I'm like, this is my kingdom. I'm the Batman of the blacktop, the Superman of the sidewalk. You got to move iron. And I get my employees all fired up to sell cars. It's a hilarious role. But anyways. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. If you get a chance, go to YouTube and leave a comment. Share any of my comedy videos or anything you like. Same thing with iTunes. Give it 5 stars and a review. Let me know who's listening. Let me know, and I'll give you a shout out on the podcast called Pocket Party. Love you guys. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing. I really appreciate you guys and your comments and your thumbs up.
You're Darren Carter.
You're damn right I am.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Please subscribe. See you soon.